So we got Viscous Revenge, we got PyroJuliet, and we got Zombiefried. The three of them here in New York City. I know it's a crazy journey, especially coming from your start, from your beginnings. I want to speak to you first, Viscous, as the manager, right? Since you're the guy that found the talent and brought these two together. Like, what did you kind of like see in these two artists, and where did you guys meet? Like, how did you find these two, and what made you want to work with them?
Like, way before I started managing them, bro, these were like my best friends, bro. Like,
hey.
We chill like almost every day. I've been making music since I was fucking like 13, 14. Yeah. Him as well. Yeah.
We knew each other from even back then.
Yeah.
We were the only ones like in our town who like fucked with like the same like SoundCloud like underground.
I love that.
Like before like all like this new gen shit, it was like, I don't know if y'all know, but like, it was like bedroom pop and shit. Like it was like mad like Cali shit, low key, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what we fucked with. But that was like 9th grade. I really didn't talk to them then, but
okay,
my
word.
Junior year, I started selling them weed, and that's how we connected and shit. And yeah, now we started making OD music.
So y'all really were hometown friends.
Yeah, hometown friends.
And then y'all kind of came together from there and built that relationship.
We realized that like no one was gonna give us handouts, and we shouldn't be waiting around. So we started like doing our own events and shit. We started doing our concerts. We got one coming up soon in August, so stay tuned in for that. But yeah, that's how I started managing them and shit.
So, from a music standpoint, right now, are you just a manager or are you an artist? Are you both? What are you?
I'm both.
You're both. All right, cool. So
I've been more focused on like the manager side of shit right now. How's it called? I'm still like
That's upstate New York, right? For the listeners that don't know, everybody that's listening at home, like watching.
It's more upstate for sure.
It's like the suburbs of New York. Upstate New York is like
it's
know,
basically
all that
where
shit
Batman
that, like
grew up,
Rochester, all that shit like that nobody really cares about, that whole area type shit.
We're like
that's
the
upstate.
Border of
Rochester is all the way north.
I'm in Rochester.
Rockland County, bro. Rockland County. Yeah, type shit.
Basically, it's kind of like the sticks of New York almost.
I'm not about to dog this.
So all three of y'all born and raised Westchester, right? Westchester.
Yeah.
That's
Westchester County. Yeah.
Word. So being from out there, being like so far from the city, where do you guys like draw inspiration from musically? Like where does that come from? Like Pyro and Zombie specifically.
We're inspired by the city, bro. No.
Oh, okay. Word.
We have the same inspirations as people who grew up here, I guess. It's just not, we're not in exactly like there to live it all the time because we got to do a little drive to come see it.
Word. So is it more like home, like suburban, like spaced out type shit we all about right now?
It's not spaced out at all, actually. It's a really like put together community and shit.
We kind of live in like a very urban town, I would say. So it's kind of like a mini city for sure.
Okay.
It's definitely not like city, but it's definitely not like super suburban. I would say definitely more urban if anything. But like musically, at least for me, I grew up listening to all different types of stuff in like a musical family. So I grew up listening to, I don't know, like Prince, like Michael Jackson, and then like my cousin would put me onto like emo music. But then as I got older, I found SoundCloud myself, like 6th grade, and then I started tapping into like more underground stuff. Like I think X was like one of the first artists that like I really heard. And
that's
like,
definitely a question I wanted to ask. Yeah. So like musically, I got a chance to listen to each of y'all music. I got a chance to listen to Westchester, the album that you guys dropped, 3 songs where y'all were collabing, going crazy. I also got a chance to listen to some of like the musical like instruments that you play. Like you play instruments, or is it just like FO Studios, or like where does the magic happen?
Yeah, so I know how to play guitar, bass, piano, and a little bit of like drums, and I also know how to produce. So like I'll do the synths and like mainly the drums and like FL and stuff, and then any like live instruments that are like easily accessible to me, like guitar, you know, just like sitting in my room, like I can pick that up. Same with like the bass. I
love
just don't
that.
have a drum set, but
I seen that from you, Pyro. I seen you playing the guitar on your social media. I seen you getting tapped in with musical instruments.
I love it all. It's all fire. I definitely love, you know, I feel like I have 2 sides of music where I make, where I do more beats and I produce a lot of trap stuff, but I play guitar and stuff.
I definitely noticed that from you. Zombie, what about you? Any like musical instruments that you play? Are you just like a vocalist? Like
I grew up playing saxophone, upright bass, some like more orchestral kind of shit, but ended doing that, stopped doing that completely, and I tried picking up electric bass a little bit for a time, played a little bit of guitar, not too much. Made some tracks with guitar that I recorded myself, but never got too into it until kind of recently. I started doing just like more production on FL Studio, and I feel like I draw a lot of the inspiration of the shit I produce from like Pyro with his drums and like kind of like whatever my mind is feeling at the time with the melodies.
I love that. So you guys draw inspiration from each other almost, like bouncing off each other, finding that teamwork, that connection. Nah, I love that. I want to take a minute, you feel me? Like, the outfits y'all came in are kind of crazy, like the swag, the drip. Like, where did that come from? Because you got like new rocks, y'all got docs, y'all got, my boy got the feathers in his head. Like, I love that. Like, where did that come from? Like, how did you like put that together?
That's a good question. Do y'all want to answer, or should I go real quick? All right, I'll go. So, I don't know, my style is something that I think I genuinely do pull a lot more inspo from like 2000s music that I like grew up listening to.
Word.
I do have a little bit of like, you know, like when I grew up too, and I would listen to rappers and I would see how they looked. I always thought they looked cool as well. That's why I got like the grills and everything.
Okay, so hard, not meaning to cut you off. What artists like specifically like really kind of put you on? He was like, all right, bet, I'm rocking with bro.
At least for me, it's always like with my style and even my music, it's never like no one specifically. It's just like the amount of things that I've seen. It'll like accumulate in it. But I can name some like names. Definitely like Tyler, I would say I like really fuck with. Right now, recently, I've been fucking with a lot of Baby Goyard. Shout out him.
Swag.
Other artists, I don't know. I love Deftones and stuff. I'm pulling from like, I don't know, like everything, and I don't even think. A lot of the times I'll even like, I just like kind of dress how I like feel every day. So like, if I'm not fucking with like a shirt that I have, or I'm not fucking with any clothes that I have, I'll start cutting them up and like just like tailoring them to how I feel that day. Kind of thing.
What do you have on today though?
This is a
tell them what you got on.
As you can see at the bottom, I don't know if you can see that. Shit like that. I got 2 pants. Should I stand up real quick?
Yeah, let me see the fit real quick, because you came in with that shit on, bro.
These are 2 pants that are just pinned together on a whim, again, like shit like that. The dogs on the bottoms.
And then I got spray paint on the side?
Yeah, and then I got the grills. I got the little extensions in.
I love that.
Wait, what are the accessories?
Let's talk about that, bro. What's up with the feathers and what's up with like the accessories? Like you came crazy with that. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I love that.
I've seen a lot of like girls, like shout out my girlfriend. She like a lot of girls like her. They be using like extensions like very subtly. And one time, like, I tried hers on, and I was like, hold up. Like, I was like, hold up. Like, this shit's hard.
Okay, word.
Me of, like, that emo scene.
It's giving Kid Icarus.
Yeah, shit like that.
Hey.
Yeah, I love Super Smash Bros. We all play.
I'll beat all your asses.
We're gonna get a Smash tournament later. We're gonna get a Brawlhalla tournament.
But,
Zombie, what about you, bro? Like, you got the mittens on, or I can't even describe it. Like, tell us, bro.
I picked jeans are from like this Japanese brand. I got them shipped out from Japan. They like cinched on the sides. Got the Monias on. My mom's scarf. I wrapped it on.
Shout out mommy.
Shout out the mom.
Shirt Michael cut up and shit.
Yeah.
It's his original.
Nah, I love that, bro. Where did you like gain your inspiration from, like when it comes to the fashion? And because y'all are definitely pushing boundaries, like for sure.
I really love like the way Japanese motherfuckers be putting shit on, bro. Like,
okay,
if you
word.
go over to Japan, you'll see a whole different side of fashion, bro, for real. So like, I don't really have the most accessible shit right now, so my shit's been calm recently. But like, definitely when I'm up, you're gonna see me popping out in some crazy Japanese fashion.
Nah, I love it. So do you guys feel like, since you do push boundaries and you guys are like out here like pushing gender norms, like you said, taking inspiration from women, do you guys ever like get criticism, or how do you deal with criticism or like haters for people like trying to say shit about your like the way you look and the way you move?
Question, I'm not gonna lie.
We were just talking about that on the train, bro.
Because it's wild to me, because bro, I grew up like dyeing my hair like OD. So like when I was in 6th grade, I had like bright red hair, and bro, when I walked in the halls, I was getting called like the F word, like OD. I was like getting called gay. But growing up with like friends where I lived that like would make fun of me,
Swag.
like no matter like for what, I kind of like, even when I was in middle school, I didn't even really care. So like all that like shit that like I used to get made fun of for, it just, I got thick skin. Like it doesn't really affect me. So now when I go out into the real world, honestly, no one even really says anything. I'm not gonna lie. I only get compliments more than I ever get hate. But if anyone ever did, like, I I just be like, okay.
Swag.
Like sometimes I'll get called it. Like one time this guy almost ran me over. I was walking in the city. This guy almost ran me over, called me the F word, drove away. I was just like, man, hop out. I was just like, I wish you hopped out, but it's fine, you know.
What were you gonna say, Zombie? Get that piece
You
in?
can't really let that shit like affect you, bro. Because if you do, bro, it's just gonna put you in a hole, bro, where you don't want to. Put you in a place where you don't want to be.
You got so many young artists and so many people out there just afraid to be themselves, afraid to dress the way they want to dress. What type of right? That's what I'm saying. Like, what advice do y'all have for like young artists who kind of are afraid to step out of that point and be themselves and break that shell?
Yeah, I feel like you should question yourself for real. Like, think about what's important to you. Think about what you want to do in this world. You only have one chance at this shit, so take that time to really make the most of it.
Yeah,
I feel like it's so corny to say though, but like I don't think people really grasp that like life is so short. Like you only have so much finite like time on this earth, like as the person you are today. So you might as well like one, for starters, love yourself first so you can really appreciate life. Number two, do whatever you want if it's not affecting others negatively, because it's like, it's
that's
like
a good
really,
one.
When you die, you're only gonna have like yourself. You know what I mean? So it's like, why care about what anyone else is gonna say? Matter of fact, people don't even really be saying anything for the most part too. It's definitely harder for people in school. Like when I was in school, it was like way harder. But when I got out of school, it's like you might as well just be yourself.
You guys are stepping into my fault to cut you off. But you guys are like you said, there are people that do things for reasons and do things for reasons that are unknown, and they end up hurting people. And you're stepping into an industry where there are egos, and there are a lot of people like that just are egoed out. Like how are you gonna deal with that? Like what's something as an artist, like how you gonna deal with all the egos in this industry, bro? Because it's like it gets heavy, bro.
Okay. Yeah, you can. And how do you deal with each other egos?
I got you. I'll first say that I don't think we have egos with anyone. Like,
or at least we try.
Between the three.
Yeah, you guys seem real genuine. I'm not gonna lie. You guys seem like good dudes, good
Maybe
people.
some other people in care, so we hold grudges against.
How do you deal with that? What's that even like?
We say it to their face.
Yeah, we say
no,
it.
But like, how do they ego out? Like,
no, but we don't really ego out. That's the thing, bro.
We just have all of our own.
Yeah.
We just have different opinions and different. I think that we're from the same town, but it's definitely like there's like a rich side, and then there's like a not that great of a side.
Let's talk about it.
And like, I feel like I'm not trying to put no one on the spot, bro, but I feel like these two and some other people in the group were raised differently than I was raised. You know what I mean?
Okay,
and
yeah.
I feel like the way that I am able to take shit in and express myself and the way I talk is really different than how they talk to each other. And
okay, word.
I feel like we've never really it really can become a misunderstanding sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I would say as like for us like interacting with others,
Okay.
it's definitely like we've realized that we kind of gotta like just like do what we can like ourselves and not really like mind what like others are doing, because I almost can't even like blame some people with like egos. Like I think it's fucked up move a certain type of way.
Definitely in this industry, bro.
Type of level
Definitely.
in this industry for sure. I think the fans you always gotta keep genuine with.
Gonna be a lot of fans, bro, for sure. Definitely. Like, have you guys performed at all? Have you guys done shows? Like, what's it looking like there?
Yeah, except him, bro. I was getting him people was paying features for him.
Yeah,
Hey.
that's where that logo started.
Pay your local artists. Pay your local producers.
But after that whole thing, I was like, we got something, bro. So that's when I started I had like a serious conversation with these two, and we were like, we gotta start doing like these
Let's
shows.
get to it, yeah.
And we got to it, bro. We got to it.
outside of music, what do you do? Like, how do you keep everything afloat? Where does the money come from to like pay for the studio and the shows?
I mean,
Let's talk about it.
Jobs, bro, and,
you don't gotta disclose your actual job.
No, we work real jobs, bro.
Let's talk about it, bro. So when it comes to surviving out here, when it comes to maintaining and having that discipline, like what are you doing like outside of the music to kind of propel yourself to become like in the space? Like what are you doing outside of music, like Geekstar said?
I mean, I'm a barista, bro. I'll be making coffee.
Hey.
I'm actually pretty good at it too, man.
Yeah, actually.
If this music shit don't work out, bro, might open up my own coffee shop, bro. Might do that shit regardless.
I need a free sample.
What about you, Pyro?
I serve, so like I be serving people. I think it gave me really good people skills. Like after COVID, I could not talk to people, but when I started serving, I like learned how to like talk to people again, which is sad, but it's true. I think it's true for like a lot of people. But I will tell you, like, you guys this, and I think this is an important advice for some people. I started working less recently, and I think it's really important that if you're really trying to put your 100 into something, but you feel like you don't have time, know that time isn't gonna like come out of like thin fucking air, because it is not. But like, you have to work twice as hard as probably are like as you are now. Even then though, you still gotta probably take out more time, because there's only 7 days in a week, 24 hours in a fucking day, fucking 30 something days in every month.
I love
and then
that.
At like 365 in a year, bro, there's not that much time, you know. And if you feel like you don't got enough time for your creative endeavors, then you probably don't. So you gotta make it. You gotta fucking quit your job or something.
That's what I'm saying. How do you find that balance? How do you like find that balance? You feel me?
In the
it
moment,
comes to a point,
yeah. Or in the moments like that, like you feel like you can't do something, or you need to relax, or you want to go to sleep, you just kind of can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
okay, you gotta really be on this shit. Like, you gotta push,
yeah.
bro. Like,
that's also another like struggle we deal with, like in our inner group. Like, I feel like me and Michael have like, nah. There's a couple other people that have good work ethics.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Deal or maintain with the balance of like constantly having to create or constantly having to be an artist. Like, how do you like deal with that? Like, always having to push out a new product and stay relevant, and just dealing with that as being an artist.
That shit's hard. I feel like I'm still learning. I don't know about y'all.
About you, Zombie?
It's difficult for sure, but I don't know. For a long time, I was just putting out whatever I was making at the time, and I would just feel like in my life, if I wasn't making something, like, what was I doing? You know?
Okay, word.
It'd be hard though, but I be having like writers pull out no cap. I never really like write shit down. I'm always punching in, and sometimes I'm feeling it, and then other times I'm not, though.
Okay, word.
Like Lauryn Hill said though, you gotta like live life to be able to create art. There's like so hand in hand.
Shout out Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, shout out.
Hey.
You gotta have a good balance of like, you know, your social life and shit, hang out with your friends, your loved ones, go outside, experience shit. Then once you lock in, you get in the studio, you have something to say. You know
Nah, I love that.
Apart from the group work that you guys do, like, what's going on solo for individually? Starting with.
Let's start with the manager, Viscous.
What you, my bro? Shout out to Chani, bro. I don't know if you like heard my music, bro, but I be rapping in Spanish sometimes.
I didn't know that you actually made music. I thought you were just an artist. So I'm glad that we got to disclose that here today. Yeah, bro. I love to see it, bro. I definitely want to hear more from you musically
like,
as well.
It be like on both shits. Like, I be rapping in English and Spanish. I do that shit with my boy Chani. So we be jumping.
Because we were all confused. Like, we were like, we don't know what they are, bro. Are they YT? Like, are they Japanese? So you're Mexican.
Yeah.
Viscous, is Mexican. Zombie, Mexican and Italian. Cool. Swag. And what about you, Pyro? Just Italian. Word. See, we would have never.
Dealing with the mob.
Nah,
Wait,
I love it.
Back to the question that I asked before. What's going on, like, outside of the group?
Or are you guys working individually, or are you guys more of like gonna be doing group stuff going forward?
I would say
both, bro. I mean, I'm focused on like I'm about to run another show with like some like Spanish artists and shit. Like, they're gonna be there for like mutual support for me to make sure everything's good. But like,
I love it.
More focused on like a whole different set of artists. But that's like some shit on the side that I don't really want to talk about it until I see it grow.
All right.
I'm not really like trying to push it out there, bro.
No, I love it. So we'll stay focused on what's going on right here. Then
bro.
you feel me?
That's what I'm focused on right now, and just dropping music.
All right.
Hey, when I get the chance, I'm still.
What about you, Zombie?
Yeah, I've been producing some shit recently.
Love
Working
it.
on an EP album kind of thing. Definitely dropping by August.
All right.
So
That's tough. What about you, Pyro?
I got this new sound that I'm really trying to work on and push. I got a song, Serenade, that really mixes, I think, like trap and like all music that I swear to God has like never been done before. Like, I know people be saying that, but like, I really feel like that shit is like something that could do well for me. I'm taking actually like a decent amount of inspo from, and I don't even listen to him that much, but Skywater. How he be doing like, he be pushing that like pop trap, and he'll like put his vocals where it's like softer, and he'll really be singing, and then when it hits with the drums and the 808s, he's really like rapping, and I really fuck with that kind of like.
Shout out Skywater.
Yeah, that shout out where he's like, you know, I don't know, like doing two things at once in one song. I really fuck with that, so I fuck with
definitely want to see
I
it, bro.
Inspo from that, and then I gotta just finish a bunch of songs that I still got, and I gotta release them, produce them, like mix them, that kind of thing.
Hell yeah. Can't wait, bro. I want to see you guys perform. Do you guys have any shows or anything lined up like coming forward? Because if you guys don't,
August 8th, we're gonna have a show.
hey,
Exact details will come soon. You can follow me on Viscous Revenge. Oh, you can probably put that shit in the video.
yes sir.
How's it called? Zombiefried and PyroJuliet. We'll have all the information there. Y'all definitely can pop out.
Yeah, definitely pop out to that event.
I'm
it's
really
gonna
trying
be
to.
fire.
Definitely.
We might even do it here, but we might do it at like a DIY venue.
Yeah.
But here, that shit might be crazy. I don't know.
I'm definitely looking forward to that.
We're gonna.
People want to know. The people want to know, right? So, like, where does most of the magic happen? You guys doing everything in like in-house right now, home studio type of production,
In-house.
or
in my
like?
crib for the most part, bro. I
That's
probably got
fucking
Okay,
cool. I
word.
make my music at my crib.
Yeah, but when we collab, where was we?
That's teamwork.
Visa was made at your crib.
Alright.
All right,
Where was
word.
our song
I
made?
love that.
The one that we haven't finished yet. Where was Sex Made? Yeah, at my crib. And
So
then
everything's in-house.
Where was
In-house.
Yeah,
Alright, stop.
Everything's
stop
in-house, word.
In-house.
Nah, yeah, vibe out. I love that. So have y'all like been like traveling to studios? Have y'all worked in studios before with other engineers and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay,
We
word.
don't like it as much. I used to go to school for music, and for the longest I had access to the studios there, but I didn't use it because I didn't have my laptop to make music. I was just making music on my desktop. But
Okay, word. Rather than like going to an engineer or somebody
yeah,
that.
for sure. Just honestly, probably mainly bread, because I don't really like mixing. You know, I feel like
Right.
even people who are professional, they don't fuck with that shit. You know
I want to
what
say though, he doesn't use presets
I
at
don't.
all.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it.
Okay, word.
I'm guilty. I use presets.
I haven't recently.
Oh,
Very good.
I was gonna ask
What's the preset?
Ooh, that is spicy.
what is a preset?
What is a
Oh, what is all preset?
What is a
Like a
preset?
pre-saved like mix.
I
that
thought you
could
meant
get
what
off
the
the internet.
preset is that you
Oh,
use.
like-
That's
Yeah.
too personal.
No, that's too
We're
personal.
not giving away swag. What?
Right.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I will charge you one more candy.
Yeah. Nah, right now. Alright.
So getting back to like you guys, the style, the fashion, the drip, you know, the drip. I got a chance to get on you guys' social medias for sure. Zombie, Pyro specifically. Getting on your social media and seeing a lot of, I can't even really explain it because you be on Instagram and you be having some fire like outfits and things that you put together, but you also have like things that kind of push a boundary. Do you ever feel like there are people that sometimes like will mistake your identity almost, or do you feel like you ever get? Are your pronouns? Like, what are your pronouns like?
I'm he, him. I love my LGBTQ community. You know what I mean? I pull inspo from them. I can't lie and sit here that I don't. You know what I mean? But I'm straight. You know.
All right, so we got
I
him.
just don't mind if people think I'm any type of way, because I don't think it's like a bad thing. You know, it's cool. I be doing that shit too with my dog. I be like.
Zombie, what about you, bro? Because I feel like I see more of like an archive fashion style from you almost.
I feel like I try to keep it ambiguous. Like I try
Word.
to keep it. People can't really tell if I'm a boy or girl, but I don't do the best job with it.
I'm sorry. I don't.
Okay, swag.
Word.
But what are your pronouns? Like, what do you?
I go by they them, but I really don't care what motherfuckers call me.
I love that.
I fuck with girls though.
Okay, word. Nah, I love that. Viscous, what about you? All right, nah, I love that though. Do you guys kind of feel like expressing yourselves the way you do, there's sometimes like a negative connotation, or do you guys get negative feedback from that, or is it like mainly just positive? Like,
It is. I feel like in this day and age, just a lot of positive. Of course, it's negative, but I feel like being near the city at least, or like being in the city a lot, like people are so used to like everything and like anything.
I also want to say that nowadays it's really not that hated on, bro. Like, shout out Xavier, bro. I feel like he made that shit like okay.
Shout out
Xavier. Word.
I feel like I'm not gonna say he's the first, but it's really nice to see a bi rapper like push a boundary and no one really like care. Like no one even really talks about
They
it.
do make fun of him, but like who would like you know what I mean? Like that's
Right,
like,
like-
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Definitely.
People are still hating on him, but bro, like,
But
they
people
don't got
hate
the
on you
bread
for
he got.
anything, you know what I mean? So it don't even matter what they hating on. At least it's not like anything else, you know what I mean?
Right, because you guys definitely push a boundary, you know, and I love to see you guys not be fearless, you feel me? Express yourselves, like, I love
In
that.
the sassy man apocalypse, bro, I swear to God, bro, I love it.
Oh, man. Sassy man apocalypse. Take-
So,
Slow down.
being so alternative in like the state of New York, how did you guys find your crowd and like grow it? Like, especially being from rural New York and not the city.
Right.
Bro, it's not rural, bro. You're making it
I don't know what it is. I've never been there.
Right, a lot of people have never been to Westchester, or people don't know what it's like out there.
I thought New York was only 5 boroughs.
So you know how like Batman be in Gotham saving the city, but like the mansion is like 20 miles away from the city.
Okay.
That's what it's like.
Okay, word.
What? Up that
But
out, bro.
how did you grow your fan base? Like coming from
Bro, well, that's one of the
so
things
far
that
away
we
from a
struggle with.
hotspot.
Honestly, that's like, I feel like we got everything else covered except building fan bases, and that's what we really got to work on.
Okay.
You know, we interact with the fans, and like when Zombie like blew up on IG, bro, just like going IG live and shit, just interacting with them, they're gonna come back for more and more, bro.
I love that.
Whether it's trolls or people that genuinely like, you know what I mean?
So as the manager, right, what are some of the strengths that you see in these two artists? Like some of the, like what are the strong points that you see from these two?
I mean, bro, the music speaks for itself. Bro, everything he makes is self-produced.
I love
if
it.
you listen to Pyro's music, that's everything's him. That speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Zombie, he uses beats from other sources, but still, like the vocals, everything, I see talent, bro. I see talent, I see potential.
Oh, yeah.
And these are my brothers, bro. So,
Oh yeah.
you know,
So how do you how do you
social
promote your
media,
music, your shows?
social media,
Yeah, what
bro.
are you guys doing right now to get your faces out there? Because you guys have solid social media, and you guys are definitely growing. So like, what are you guys doing? What advice do you give to other artists right now to grow, especially today?
I would say once you start getting to a point where like you gotta post a lot, I feel like that's something that I even struggle with because it's so hard. Like if I wasn't trying to be an artist and live off of this shit, I feel like I definitely would not care about posting on social media. I think it's kind of silly.
Word.
But people be on it a lot, and if you want to be something and you want to have that kind of creative career, you definitely gotta have like people who support you and stuff. And so post for them, post for yourself. If you're an artist, do a lot of visuals to your stuff. I think that's something that we've been trying to work on. I think that's really important.
Have a personality.
Yeah,
I love
don't
that.
be afraid to show who you are on it, even though it's kind of hard, But definitely don't be afraid to like just post what you're doing. You should do it once.
Do you guys have any music videos out right now? Are you guys working on getting some music videos out? Because I would love to see.
We got a couple coming out.
Hell yeah, I would love to see some like insane visuals from you guys. Like, if
We
you
gotta work on that. Tap in with us, bro. Please.
No
I love
AI
it.
art though, please. I don't like it.
okay, nah,
But
I love that.
shout out Dianara. She did a video for my album. I don't know if you heard my album, Lush. It was more of my guitar-y stuff that I had.
Okay, yeah.
But I did a video. Ashtray, she helped me with that video. And shout out Omar, he helped with that one. And then he also filmed visuals when I was at a party for in the club. So I have a few things, but definitely we gotta make.
Nah, for sure. Musically, right? Like going forward, since you have the since you have the split between like musical instruments and then the trap underground elements, like what are you like kind of leading towards in the future? Like, do you kind of want to build on the trap elements? Do you kind of want to stay like as someone who does things like instrumental? Like, what's next from you?
I hope I'm seen as one of those artists. Like shout out like Tyler the Creator.
Okay, word. Yeah,
as
you mentioned
someone
it.
who can kind of like I don't even listen to him as much anymore. Like even like Prince or Pharrell even. I'm seen as like an artist and a producer, so that when I do any sort of genre, it's just seen as like me for sure. I definitely feel like I'm leaning towards trying to mix both to try to make my own sound, but I hope I go further than that and create music that just like no one's heard before. I feel like that's always my goal, to make like the most authentic thing and be the most like, I don't know, unique, that I feel like I can push myself towards. Like, it's
No, I love that. I love getting you guys here. I love having the energy. The talent is here.
Thank you so
You know,
much.
the
Shout out
fashion,
y'all,
the
too.
style,
Yo,
everything's
shout
coming
out
together.
To them, they got hella to this, bro.
We gonna work together. This ain't the last video we
Nah, I love it, bro. And just as like, I guess a closing statement, what is like art, being an artist, what does that mean to you guys? Like, what does that mean to you and Zombie, Pyro?
You want me to say? I mean, being an artist, bro, is just about creating what you think is fire, bro. I mean, they might disagree with me, bro, but if you're being creative and you're doing your own shit, then go ahead, bro.
Decompressed is how people convey their emotions, and it's how like people relate, so I
feel like being an artist, I don't know, I was thinking about this a lot. Yesterday I actually went on Instagram Live. I had a little rant about this. There's a big difference between being like a lyricist and being an artist. I feel like you know, and like if you really want to call yourself an artist, at least for me, you have to be doing everything yourself. Like you got to be making the music that you're recording on, you have to be mixing the music that you're recording.
And if you're not making the music that you're recording on, I recommend to artists to not use YouTube beats, even though we have sometimes. It's like try to get some solid producers behind you, so it's like you're still having your own sound and stuff. Even if you feel like you're not at the place where you can start producing, you can still work around that and work with someone exclusively or a few people exclusively. Like I think that's like the move as well.
I love that. We got Pyro, we got Zombie, we got Viscous. 3 dudes you will PyroJuliet, Zombiefried. These are 3 dudes that you will be seeing from. Thank you guys for coming out, man. I love having you guys here, bro. I can't wait to see more from you guys, man, and the people do as well.
Thank you for watching, bro.
Hey, T.O. Like and subscribe. Yes, sir. All right, do a like and subscribe on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Like and subscribe, and make sure you comment. What's a question we could ask? Comment your answer.
Is Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior?
Is Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior? Please double tap, like, and subscribe if that's it.
You heard it here. You heard it from Carousel themselves, man. Hey, tap in.